Yes, plenty of empty seats over in this section if you guys want to sit. You can sit in the middle if you want. That must have been a really good story.
What?
A really good story. Or a really good joke.
It was a good story. Oh, you heard about that? Yeah, well, I was just listening to John Landis, who was telling me a story about Oliver Reed, who I worked with and had to do 2 duels with. You know, sword fighting duels. And he was quite a drinker, was old Ollie. So that was interesting. Anyway.
Oliver Reed actually died in a bar, didn't he, during the filming of Gladiator?
He died with his boots on in a bar. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Bless him.
So let's start. Does anyone have any questions for Malcolm to start off the questions? No one, really? Wow.
A gentleman
right in the front here.
Yes. I always hate that question because you're making me now think of my wretched career, you know, and some of these bloody awful films I've made. There have of course been some pearls, you know, but I always like to say, you know, when they hear what's your favorite movie, it's the next one. What's your favorite performance? The next one. However, having said that, I will tell you a story about this film called Evelenko. It was written, the script, by a friend of mine. I had a house in Italy, in Tuscany, and he was a neighbor of mine, and I said, look, Italian, I said, listen, David, you know, you've got to piss or get up the pot here. Why don't you make the film yourself? And because he'd written this book, and it's about the serial killer in the Soviet Union. Very, very interesting. Anyway, you know, every year I'd go out, he'd give me the script, and I'd read it, and I'd go, look, if I were you, I would not honestly have the rape of an 8-year-old child in the first reel. You know, this is not good. It's not good. Have it later in the film if you must, but not right at the beginning. Anyway, every year I came to read this script, and he never cut the scene, so I figured, well, he must really feel that it's necessary. Anyway, I thought there's not a snowball's hell in chance that he'll ever get the money for this movie. So I can be as supportive as I possibly like. It won't make any bloody difference at all. I get a call, Mal, from Italy. We've got the money for Evelenko. I went, what? You're kidding, it's impossible. No, we're shooting. I went, I can't, I'm doing a Bob Altman film. Oh my God, I'll call you back, click. We've decided to wait for you. Well, it was the most despicable character that any actor could ever be asked to play. Because he was a serial killer in the Soviet Union. Now, Soviet Union, immediately to an actor, you go, wait a minute, that's bad food. Immediately. You know you're going to be shooting either in one of the republics or something. As it turned out, it was Kiev in the Ukraine for 6 weeks. Yeah, well, thank God it was an Italian crew, so it was pasta every day. The thing about this character was he was not only a serial killer, he was a pedophile and a cannibal. So that's a nice one to play. So I hadn't got a clue, to be honest, how to play this part. I had not a clue. And when I got to Kiev, the director, who, as I said, was a friend of mine, gave me a stack of tapes to look at. And I went, you know, David, this is not going to help me because I don't work that way. I mean, if it's not in the script, you know. And he said, just look at them, because I went to Moscow and I filmed this man, this Chikatilo guy, in the courtroom, and I interviewed him. And I went, yeah, but, you know, it's not going to help me. Anyway, I had the tapes on as I'm unpacking, you know, in this apartment that they got me in the middle of Kiev, and I figured, you know, that I'd walk past and see this idiot, you know. And I thought, well, that's just not going to help me at all, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then I paused for a second after about an hour and a half of this, and this was obviously a documentary cameraman. They were in the courtroom, and he was in a cage, this character, and the camera sort of went right into him like this. And this guy looked at the camera and sort of, and did this weird smile. And I went, oh my God, that's how I play the bloody part. Oh my God. So normally, I'm an actor that works from the inside out. And this time, the only time in my whole life, I worked from the outside in, which is the way the great Laurence Olivier used to work, you know, putty noses and the whole deal. So, and it was so much easier for me to play the part that way, you know, with the physicality and this whole thing. And so I sort of assembled this guy from the outside in, rather than the other way. And so that when they said cut at the end of the day, I could go home in the car and just get rid of the character until the next morning. It was perfect. Anyway, it's called Evelenko, and I think 3 people saw it. But it's still a bloody good film. Yes? Are you trying to say
Sorry. What was the most difficult part for you during the filming of that film, Evelenko?
The most difficult part was probably tying my shoelaces in the morning. I've just really explained, you know, that it really, you know, once I'd found the key, it was really plain sailing in a way. Once that was found, and I remember the first sequences was this character on a bus watching the children, and just watching. And I had this weird sort of ginger wig. And when I first went there, you know, the Italian makeup and hair, they really get into it in a big way. They love it, you know, it's like a great art to them. God bless them, they're fabulous. And then the hairdresser, you know, said, I see this character in a wig. And the producer and the director and myself went, no, 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 no. Because the poor old producer had done this film the Bertolucci film in China, The Last Emperor, and they'd lost a wig, and it freaked him out, and he never wanted actors in wigs ever again. And so I said, just to appease and amuse the poor wig man, you know, the hairdresser, let's put it on. So I put on a grey one. It was ridiculous. We had a laugh. I threw it away. Put on this ginger thing, and oh my God, it suddenly, I went, wait a minute, this is very interesting. So I immediately, and everyone went, yes. So that was that. And that was, you know, it wasn't really, after I found the key to it, it wasn't that difficult to do. You know, it was just a matter of doing it.